Biography of Paulo Coelho, one of the famous writers in the 21st century in literature. He was born in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in August 24, 1947, the son of Pedro Quema Coelho de Souza, an engineer, and his wife Ligeia, a homemaker. Early on, Coelho dreamed of an artistic career, something frowned upon in his middle-class household. In the austere surroundings of a strict school, Coelho discovered his true vocation, to be a writer. Coelho's parents, however, had different plans for him. When their attempts to suppress his devotion to literature failed, they took it as a sign of mental illness. When Coelho was 17, his father twice had him committed to a mental institution where he endured sessions of electroconvulsive therapy. His parents brought him back to the institution once more after he became involved with a theater group and started to work as a journalist. Coelho was always a nonconformist and a seeker of the new. When, in the excitement of 1968, the guerrilla and hippie movements took hold in a Brazil ruled by a repressive military regime, Coelho embraced progressive politics and joined the peace and love generation. He sought spiritual experiences, traveling all over Latin America in the footsteps of Carlos Castaneda. He worked in the theater and dabbled in journalism, launching an alternative magazine called 2001. He began to collaborate with music producer Raul Seixas as a lyricist, transforming the Brazilian rock scene. In 1973, Coelho and Raul joined the Alternative Society, an organization that defended the individual's right to free expression, and began publishing a series of comic strips calling for more freedom. Members of the organization were detained and imprisoned. 2 days later, Coelho was kidnapped and tortured by a group of paramilitaries. This experience affected him profoundly. At the age of 26, Coelho decided that he had had enough of living on the edge and wanted to be normal. He worked as an executive in the music industry. He tried his hand at writing but didn't start seriously until after he had an encounter with a stranger. The man first came to him in a vision, and 2 months later, Coelho met him at a cafe and returned to Catholicism and studied the benign side of magic. He also encouraged Coelho to walk the road to Santiago, the medieval pilgrim's route. In 1987, a year after completing that pilgrimage, Coelho wrote The Pilgrimage. The book describes his experiences and his discovery that the extraordinary occurs in the lives of ordinary people. A year later, Coelho wrote a very different book, The Alchemist. The first edition sold only 900 copies, and the publishing house decided not to reprint it. Coelho would not surrender his dream. He found another publishing house, a bigger one. He wrote Breda. The book received a lot of attention in the press, and both The Alchemist and The Pilgrimage appeared on bestseller lists. Paulo has gone on to write many other best-selling books, including The Valkyries, By the River Piedra, I Sat Down and Wept, The Faith Mountain, Manual of the Warrior of Light, Veronica Decides to Die, 11 Minutes, The Zahir, the Devil and Miss Spring, like the flowing river and the Witch of Portobello. Today, Paulo Coelho's book appeared at the top of bestseller lists worldwide. In 2002, the journal De Letras de Portugal, the foremost literary authority in the Portuguese language, bestowed upon The Alchemist the title of most sold book in the history of the language. In 2003, Coelho's novel 11 Minutes was the world's best-selling fiction title USA Today Publishing Trends. In addition to his novels, Coelho writes a globally syndicated weekly newspaper column and occasionally publishes articles on current affairs. His newsletter, The Manual Online, has over 70,000 subscribers. Coelho and his wife, Cristina Baidesica, are the founders of the Paulo Coelho Institute, which provides support and opportunities for underprivileged members of Brazilian society. Thank you.